Boom shakalaka, today's video we have some very interesting charts for Bitcoin and also an update on what's going on with Celsius. You definitely want to stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video we're talking about exactly what's going on with Bitcoin. Do we have to be feared or is the bottom here? And also we'll be taking a look at some Celsius updates. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Come join us over on Twitter at @TheCryptoLove. Push the like button. Let's get to 1,000 likes. Now, third day of extreme fear. Wow, below 10, single digits. This doesn't happen too often. But being fearful when others are greedy, greedy when others are fearful, I don't know how you take this. Kind of up to you. The overall market down a couple percent today. Bitcoin at 21,139, Ethereum at 1102, BNB at 220, Cardano 49 cents, XRP 33 cents, Solana $31, and Dogecoin back up into the top 10 at 5 cents. Now, there is a really good thread here on the Real Plan C's Twitter about what's really going on with Celsius. Part 1, the real story. Allegedly, this is really what's happening with Celsius. Now, I'm not going to go through it because it's kind of lengthy and I just don't have time in this episode to do it. But I would definitely recommend going over to Plan C's Twitter and reading the whole thing for yourself so you can have an idea what is going on. I'm just going to give you the TLDR. Too long, didn't read, had Randall read it to you of this. So, just in, as of this moment, Celsius is not insolvent. They're dealing with liquidity issues from an opportunistic coordinated attack that caused a bank run. Just in, Celsius has lowered their liquidation level to $13.6 thousand. Celsius is not a scam or a Ponzi. However, they made two big mistakes that, along with the coordinated attack, put them in this situation. One, they never should have listed UST to the app or used the Luna ecosystem to earn yield with UST. And two, less ETH into the ETH 2.0 contract. So, that being said, that put them in this position where they are right now. But if you want to find out a lot more behind the story, particularly who's behind this coordinated attack on Celsius, you should go check out the Real Plan C on Twitter and read up this whole thing so you too could be in the know. Now, with Bitcoin, the nupple, my favorite thing because it almost sounds like nipple, is finally in the capitulation zone for the first time since March of 2020. The net unrealized profit and loss. When it gets down to these red levels, historically, that is great buy territory. We are down in the nupple red area for the first time since March of 2020. And we also have, for the first time since March of 20, Bitcoin trading below its average cost basis. Now, the average cost basis is how much, on average, all Bitcoin owners have paid for their Bitcoin. Right now, the realized price, or the average cost basis, is $23,400. We're trading below there for the first time since March of 2020. And if we take a look at just Bitcoin across some other asset classes, we have a confirmed daily bearish divergence on the dollar. So we can see this going up here, this going down here, a bearish divergence on the dollar, possibly also a double top forming. And historically, Bitcoin has been inversely correlated to the dollar. So when the dollar goes up, Bitcoin goes down. When the dollar goes down, that means Bitcoin goes up. But that's not all, because we have some other charts that we're saving for you as well. When we take a look at the Bitcoin stock RSI model, the stochastic RSI has historically been a moonshot launchpad for Bitcoin. Stock RSI levels tend to stay in the red zone for 230 days on average. Within that time period, Bitcoin bear market bottoms are witnessed. So we can see here historically, when we have these stock RSI levels, the stochastic RSI levels, well, that's generally the Bitcoin bottom. Here was 185 days, 245 days, 265 days, 240 days they're predicting on average. That will put us right around to 2023, which lines up with what I was saying in yesterday's video, how we probably won't know until December when exactly the bottom has happened, because likely by December, we'll be back outside of the 2-year MA bands. Now, that being said, we do have this chart right here, which looks very, very interesting. The macro bull run starts, the golden rule RSI 1000. Today, which was yesterday, is only the 5th day in history that Bitcoin RSI 1000 is less than 50. The other 4,346 days, the RSI 1000 is greater than 50. So, barring some type of economic downturn, worldwide recession, World War III, this would be an amazing buying opportunity for Bitcoin, being matched only at every other exact bottom for Bitcoin price, which brings us to the Bitcoin charts today. I mean, if we take a look at Bitcoin, there's a lot of lines culminating right here where Bitcoin is. You can see how many lines are there right here. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. There's 4 lines right there. So where a lot of lines come together, that's generally pretty good support and or resistance. In this case, support. We have the previous all-time high. We have the long-time trend support for Bitcoin. We have this downtrend here. There was resistance here, support here, and support here. We also have the 200 weekly moving average. But if we break through there, we could be heading down to the lowest weekly moving average that Bitcoin has ever touched in history. Doesn't mean it won't go below this. But worst case scenario, based on if Bitcoin repeats what it does historically, it could get down to about 17,636. There's other possibilities. Based on some other charts, it could go down lower, but these are all possibilities. And the chance of Bitcoin going down now is the same as the chance of Bitcoin going up when it was at like $70,000. So everybody was pretty darn sure Bitcoin was going up to $100,000 when it was at $70,000. Well, it didn't. That's about the same likelihood of Bitcoin going down to zero now from 20,000. And guess what? It probably won't. So that's all for today's video. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to stop by the Real Plan C's Twitter and check out this article. I also retweeted it on our Twitter page so you can see what's really going on behind the scenes of crypto. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you all later. Love you. Peace.